From Bear Dog FX. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about FretBoard. First of all, I want to apologize for the lack of tutorials. There's so many different ways to approach whatever you're trying to do with FretBoard. So I'm going to hopefully answer a couple of questions. One of them is, how do you add more dots to the fretboard? And the other one is, how do you adjust the tempo to line up with an existing music clip? So first of all, just to add the dots. So right now I have, I've just dragged a guitar instance of fretboard onto the timeline here. So this is it right here. So the length is 5 seconds and 10 frames. So this is a 4K 30 whatever progressive frames project. So the way FretBoard works, as I'm sure most of you know, is that it just we've got 16 beats or 16 intervals, and if we want to do a simple scale, it's just a matter of dragging. We have different rows of dots, just dragging dots onto the fretboard. So this would be the first dot, second, third, fourth, if you were to like count with a metronome. So if I was to do the C scale, I would I'll grab a red dot for the root note of the C scale. I put it there, and the second note would be the second beat on the timeline, and I just put it there, D, and then these are all whole notes. So E, and then the fourth note would be, F, and then G. So I'm not going to do this whole thing with you right now because I've already laid out a C scale and a D scale. I just want to show you how to overlay two scales on a fretboard. So right now, if we were to play this back, nothing would happen because the animation is in, this animation selector is off. So if we were to go, let's just say no fade, so now you would see some animation. And so it's just counting, through these are actually 10 frame intervals. A question you might have is, why is the length of this generator effect 5 seconds and 10 frames? It was the best length based on how long it takes to render. Just also too, we had the ability to add fades to the animation sequences. If we were to make it 8 seconds, which would be like 120 BPM, more common beats per minute, this would have been quite a bit longer, and it would just take longer for everything to render. So I'm just going to delete this. We don't need this anymore. So what I have done is I've already done a C major scale. So I'm just going to go V. And okay, so you're probably wondering, where's the fretboard? What I've done is I've just clicked hide template, hide fretboard. Also hide, uncheck hide map, yeah. So I've also hidden the map. So I'm going to, again, hide the template, hide the fretboard. So here's the C scale right now with no fretboard. So this is the way I would do it for extended scales. What we're going to do is, below this, I do have a fretboard. This is a fretboard with no notes. It's just an empty fretboard. And what I've done too is I've just changed the colors a bit. So this fretboard right here, we can drag out as long as you want. I'll just drag it out like that. So this way, you have the dots, which are white, but we could actually, why don't we change the color to, this says R1, R2, R3. These are the row 1, 2, and 3 dots. Just maybe change it to a darker color. Okay, so there we go. So see how this looks. So that would be the C major scale. So if we wanted to add more dots, you simply just add the dots and you hide the template and hide the fretboard. It's that simple. So I'm going to click on the C major scale. So I have a D major scale above. I'm just going to hit the V key to activate it. So here we go. I'm just going to drag this right next to this one. So we got two scales here. Let's see how they look. So we have the C scale, then we have the D major scale. And again, the dots are the wrong color, so probably better if they were darker. So I'm just going to change the dot color on this. But here goes. Okay. So there's a C scale, and then follow it. Like this could be just a finger exercise for somebody who's learning to play the guitar. Okay, so hopefully that's answered the question for how to add more dots. So now how to line up this thing as far as tempo goes with another piece of music. The way to do this is you just basically you select your composition, at least as far as the actually, you know what? Let's just do the dots. Anything with animation, because this uses the built-in, build-out type of animation, you need to create a compound clip. So I'm going to select both of these right here, and I go right-click, and I go New Compound Clip. We'll say more dots, tempo plus hide back. Okay. So this is a compound clip now. So now that it's a compound clip, we have access to the retime feature in Final Cut Pro. You can basically make it any length you want. You just go custom, and you don't have to put numbers in. You can if you want, but let's just say we wanted it to be like 200% faster or twice as fast. You could type in 200. And there we go. So if that's twice as fast, that should basically be 5 seconds, 10 frames. And there it is, 5 seconds, 10 frames. Quick look. So we got C and then D. So let's see how it looks here. Perfect. Okay, so with the retime feature, you grab this and you adjust it to any length you want. It's that simple. I should mention that the only time you need to use the retime feature is if you're using the animation feature in FretBoard. And the beauty of this too is that if you want to make any other changes, you still have access to your original clips. So they're right here. So if I wanted to change, let's say, the color, or I wanted to add, here, I'll just take I'll unhide the template. So, and I can even unhide the fretboard. Yeah. Just in case I wanted to label the scale, so I could actually, well, you want to basically, if you're going to label the scale, you want to make sure you have the labels at the same timing intervals that you have the dots. So the labels for beat 1, you want to make sure you use a beat 1 label for a beat 1 dot. So here's a beat 1 label. I could put it right there, and yeah, so that would be D, right? So just go Shift D. So that's simple, but I'm just trying to show you that even though you used the compound feature, you still have access to the original clip. So that's basically it. Again, apologize for the lack of tutorials. There's more coming out. The new update has really cool Strummer features, so those are going to be coming out very soon. Okay, thanks for your patience, and I hope this helps. You guys have a great day. Bye.